Cause we that front seven rush, front seven rush. Yeah, we that front seven rush, 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 front seven rush. What's front seven rush, front seven rush? Go get it. Front seven rush, 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 front seven rush. It's time to make these players recognize this our season, y'all. When they cross the line, off the top they hitting brick walls. We've been playing hard this whole game, but we bout to rush. Now it should be about that time the second gets to beating us. Front seven, that's a fact, and we ain't giving you slack. Beating on my chest after knocking down your quarterback. You ain't know, you're playing with some real defenders. Form tight, stance right, organized killers. All defense all the time, we don't finish last. When it's said and done, you'll hear it on the podcast. Front seven rush, they'll have a lot to say. It was fun, but we got more games to play.
Conquerors, Warriors, welcome into another late edition of the Front Seven Rush Show. I'm your man, Vince Ingram. Got my main man, Nasir Raj, in the mix. And my superstar producer, big time Bijan Kelly.
Hello. How art thou?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. A little tired, but I'm good. Definitely cannot complain.
Cool. We're gonna make this a quick one. We just want to chop it up a little bit, man. We're gonna wait to let everybody get in. Hopefully they still waiting around. I'm pretty sure some might have thought we wasn't gonna do the show, but here we are. We're doing it.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. No one's commenting just yet, but hey, everybody watching, if you wouldn't mind, let's go ahead and share the show out so that people know that we're on. We were a little late today. I fell asleep. Can you believe that?
Hmm.
This is my second week at my job.
So how's that going, man? Tell me about it. We hadn't
It's
talked.
going good. You know,
Okay.
man, it feels good to go into a place of work that you are like a grown up at, you know? When you go
Right.
into like a certain place like a call center or I don't know, I've never worked at a fast food place before, but like anything like that, there's a obvious power dynamic there that you're really just another hand. I don't even know what you are there. You're not a person, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I have a kind of more corporate style job now where I got my own desk and everything. Come in,
Okay.
looking all nice in my suit pants and my
Right.
shirts and stuff
Okay.
and
You just real
and
professional, huh?
real professional, respected. Go out with your um um you know you go out with your team, you go meeting other teams, you
Right.
uh, have just yeah, everybody gets emails and CCs and this and that, and I mean it's cool. It's cool
Right.
just being involved. It's cool being
You know
involved.
what I always say, man? And you can keep this. I'm giving you this for free.
Okay.
If you take if you take your occupation out of your life, and if you're still the same person, listen to that real quick. Just listen to it. Take your occupation out of your everyday. And if you're still the same person, then that means what you're doing is worthwhile because it's not like work.
It's crazy. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the
I mean,
first job that I've had where I'm doing what I'd be doing without
right. You
without
just
the
getting
job.
paid. Yeah.
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 And as
Yeah.
long as you can do that, man, you good. You good.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Because what's up with it, brother? Hey, the lovely. Mickey.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Um, that's what I always say, man. Take that out of your everyday. And if you still the same, if you still you, because you got to put on a front. A lot of times people have to put on a front. That's what that means. When they go
Yeah.
to work, they like a different person. You got to be, you may have to talk different, you may have to move different, but if you go to work and be yourself, then that's what you should be doing. You feel me?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, because when I think about it, that was just what I said. I've had to have said it. This is only my real like fifth, sixth day working there, and I've had to have said it almost every day. I just walk in there. I'm just like, man, this is this is cool. I get to just like I just come in here and just do the same thing I always do.
Right. Yeah. Now you
It's
just got some structure behind it, which is
not
what you've been saying you needed.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's good,
Exactly.
man. I mean, that's the first time I seen you smile about a job other than just, us doing this, doing the show,
Yeah, I don't.
in a minute.
Yeah,
So
jobs. Yeah, it ain't never been something I enjoy. It's always been something I just had to do. Now this is the first time I've had that one that I enjoy.
right, right. Well, hey, look, I'm happy for you. Look like all the listeners, man, is congratulating you, happy for you.
Except for the lovely, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, I woke up so you didn't miss it. I woke up, you know, and we're definitely about to get into it for you, but I appreciate all of you.
Yeah,
Oh, Xavier was talking about code switching. I don't think I gotta do any of that because I don't I I code switch in reverse, y'all. I code, I code switch in reverse. I don't uh I don't code switch the normal direction.
that took you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to be there. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is he laughing at. Is he having a
You know
stroke?
what I mean when I say code switch in reverse?
I have no idea, man. I'm sorry. I'm 50 years old, man. You know what I mean?
All right, so code switching, you typically would talk more proper around the white people and this and that.
Oh, okay.
But I code switch in reverse, where I talk,
You get more black.
yeah, around my people.
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna say more black. You get more urban.
more urban. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Around your people?
yeah, yeah,
Do you?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you putting on the front in front of your people.
No, I don't put on a front. I just I just let loose. But it's not my normal uh thing.
I mean, would you say you got a cool handshake when you shake? You know, because
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's
No,
the way.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would you say you one of them cats? Would you say you get swagged out, or you just a straight up, type of dude, or would you say you got a little swag to you?
Uh, I blend it up. So like I've always been taught to give a firm handshake to grown men, you know.
Right,
But
right.
um, usually in my day to day, unless
Mm,
it's at a job or something, I mean, I'm rarely dealing with grown men in the way that you would at like church when you're actually meeting them. Like,
mm,
if when you go to the grocery store, you don't shake hands with a guy, ringing you up or at the gas station and stuff. But
right.
so usually it ends up me, kind of just being a little more urban, a little more relaxed, and
Mm,
more under. I feel when I do that, I'm more understandable versus
mm-hmm.
when I come in there and I'm a little too proper. It's like, yeah, I always get
Mm-hmm.
are you from Houston? And
Yeah.
where do this and that? And I'm like, no, I'm not African. I'm from Houston.
Mm,
you know,
right. Right.
it stops all those questions.
Okay. Cool. Cool. The lovely said, does it make you feel like a grown up?
Yeah, yeah,
Responsibility.
it does. It does.
Cool.
It really does.
Cool. Herb, what's up, man? What's up, Herb? Vicky say,
Mm.
well, don't forget us on Monday and Friday, man, 8 p.m. sharp. Don't forget, stay humble, like Kendrick Lamar said. Don't get too big for us and
No,
put us on the
ain't no
ground.
such thing. But we definitely, when we get a chance, we got some things that behind the scenes we all gotta work on before the next podcast, because we're about to look tight and sound real tight
We
if
are,
if
man.
we if we get a little time in. Um,
We're gonna make time.
okay, now before I know we're gonna talk about something. I got that African head. That's hilarious.
Hmm.
That's hilarious. Okay. 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 He might have something there because I swear to you, Nigerians specifically, every they always always come up to me and they look at me
Really?
like they recognize me. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know you. There's one guy that actually asked me. I didn't even know they had tribes. He asked me. He said, "Are you from my tribe?" I said, "No, no, no, I'm not from Africa, man." He's, "Are you sure you're not from Nigeria?" I said, "No, no, I'm
Damn.
not." And he was at a gas station. He's
Yeah.
like you should go. You should go. You probably, like, he was just so dead set on.
Right. I've never really. I guess you do have a African look to you, maybe.
I mean, we all should,
But now you look like you was raised there. I guess that's what they saying.
Uh,
Hey, that's what
raised
they
there.
say. You know what I mean? Sam, what's
Yeah.
up, man? What's up? But yeah, man. So yeah, we got some big things going on, man. Like I told you, man, I'm looking into these magazines. Hey, so y'all know, Front Seven Rush team did a nice photo shoot that we are choosing our best photos so we can do a group photo, and we got I have a couple of magazines that I've been looking at, so we can get ourselves out there a little bit more. So we'll let y'all uh we'll keep y'all updated so y'all can get that magazine, check it out, see your boys, see how they look in the, off camera. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a little write up. We're gonna get Nas to send in a little picture. He wasn't able to make the photo shoot, but a little picture with a bio so we can, put it in there, man, so
Yeah.
we can try to make some moves.
Hey.
Nas taking care of some business, man. He's a busy dude. So when you got to take care of major business, man,
Yep.
that's how we do. We real relaxed here. Um, but that Terry will be back, man. He'll be
Yep.
back.
Yep.
So yeah, BJ, man. Hey, Farron.
Hey,
Your boy still in is the big story, man.
Will.
Yeah, and I was listening to Jason Whitlock, and tonight's show, man. We don't have a lot. Um, so if you guys want to chime in with something, that y'all know about, feel free, and let's discuss it. I'm 7 days a week working. BJ tired. He's sleeping at the computer.
Look.
So so we can use your help tonight because we kind of running on fumes. But anyway, so yeah, man. So now a whole lot of other people are, of course, chiming in because that's the big thing. And just to let everybody know, we don't want to dance on the same thing, but we have to stick with what's big now. So people
Hey.
will tune in and watch
Hey.
it because unfortunately, this is still what people want to talk about. And so
Yeah.
I got you, cuz. And so hey man, they I was listening to Jason Whitlock today, man, and he had a young lady on there, and she was actually calling Jada Bell, man. Can you believe that, man? She was actually calling her Jada Bell.
Okay, now this might really date me, but first off, I don't know who Jason Whitlock is, and I don't know the Jada Bell reference. I don't know.
Like Jezebel. You heard the reference Jezebel.
I mean, yeah, but what does that mean?
I mean, that's a loose woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jezebel is what they would call a loose woman.
Is
And
that
so
like the Babylon thing,
I
or?
don't know about all that.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
okay, all right, never mind. Too far.
but
But
I know that's what a lot of people refer to a looser woman as a
oh,
Jezebel and
oh,
whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
Jezebel, yeah,
Yeah. So
floozy.
she was calling her Jada Bell, and I mean, cause outside of them saying Will embarrassed herself.
Mm, yeah,
I mean, they just putting it all on her, man. You got Kevin Samuel came in and he was like, man, this dude, is basically, being led around by his lady, man.
it's
Um,
it's hard not to, but at the same time, he's his own person, right? I mean, it is hard not to, because everybody wants to be on Will Smith's side, but
everybody,
you
everybody,
know,
man, because he's
y-
still a golden boy.
yeah,
So
right.
now Jada made him do it. Jada made him do it. Jada made him do it. I don't
And,
believe in that. I'm
and
with you. Everybody's their own person.
what if Will actually isn't that great of a person? He's just made awesome decisions. What if he really was just, most of the things he did wrong just never saw the light of day? What
It
if this
could
was just him, revealing that, hey, he's not perfect?
Hey, could have been, man.
you know, you
Could have
know.
been. I don't know.
Which
I don't
Jada
know.
would which Jada would love. He's not
Jada,
perfect, y'all.
yeah. I mean, now they of course how they do it. After every the smoke is settled, now they got videos of what happened and her reaction after it happened, and she's at her seat, man, just laughing, laughing,
Yep.
laughing.
Yep.
And and I mean, hey, man, I mean, what can you say?
Isn't that like her laughing in a burning house?
Yeah. I mean, thank God they worth half a billion
Right. Right.
already.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, um, because if they wasn't, it looks like to me, man, it's gonna be hard for this dude to find work.
Yeah. I mean, he just resigned from the academy too. I don't
Yeah,
know how big that is for an actor. It sounds big. Sounds huge.
You would think, man. But I think Will, I mean, dude is a powerhouse, man. He's a
Huh,
powerhouse. So
he is.
you know,
Even after all this time, still releasing movies like regular.
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Um so
What do we got?
okay, I was reading something Broderick sent me. I don't know why Cuz sent it to me on my messenger. Let me see. I was looking at something. So, okay, here we go. So, okay, Xavier, what? So, BJ,
Hmm.
she's asking what we think about Channing Crowder coming about Sierra on his podcast. I don't know what she said. You have to tell us what she said. I haven't seen it.
Channing Crowder comment about Sierra on this pod. Who's Channing Crowder?
He's an ex-football player,
Oh,
and he
oh.
has a
Hmm.
podcast. And I mean, obviously, I guess he said something. So we'll chime in on that.
I'll check on
Check
that.
it out. Sammy said, let's discuss scorned women who won't move on from a bad past relationship and won't move on.
I don't. Fortunately, I don't have that experience. All of my women are satisfied.
Ah,
So I don't.
ah.
That's why I don't date around because it's easier.
Well, I mean,
Everything.
you keep living. You'll know you're not necessarily somebody you dating, but it's not necessarily somebody you dating. You just know people, man, who's been
Oh,
through stuff and
right.
and uh and like Sammy said, it's going and won't move on. Oh, he's saying scorn and won't move on. I guess when they get in a new relationship, because they still bringing that old baggage with them.
Mm. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have experienced that. I don't like that. I don't like
Yeah,
that at all. Why? What's the point of even getting in a new relationship? Don't do it. Don't do it.
yeah, yeah. And you absolutely right, man. I mean, especially men and women. Women and
Yeah.
men. If you got that and you dragging that with you, and you know you're not gonna be fatter than that next person, man, just leave it be. Because I mean, until you get yourself straight, there comes a point I think, Sam, where they got to get themselves together, man. And
Hmm.
I don't think you can do that while you under somebody else. You have to get yourself together.
You
'Cause
know what? If you do that, if you move on from a bad relationship and take that into like a new relationship, you're no
Mhm.
better than someone that don't wipe their ass.
Okay.
Vince after taking a nasty, steamy, just disgusting smelling number two. If you would you not wipe your ass before walking out into the world?
Me personally, I wouldn't. But I mean,
In fact, you might do more than just wipe. You might baby
if
wipe and
it's
might
all that, I
take
may
a
try to
shower.
get in the shower, man. But you know,
Exactly. Exactly. So why the heck, if you got the shit on you from a past relationship, would you feel comfortable walking outside like that?
I don't know, man. I can't think of no reason.
What's wrong with people?
I can't think of no reason, man.
That was a good one, huh? That was a good
Yeah,
one.
you nasty. You nasty. So Xavier saying Will slapped someone in Australia years ago. I seen that, Xavier. He didn't slap that dude like
Yeah.
he slapped Chris Rock. He just
Yeah.
kind of like a real, hey man, don't do that. He
Yeah.
wasn't. I mean, he put his hip in it like he was, driving a golf ball or hitting a
Right.
home run when he slapped Chris
Right.
Rock. When he did
Right.
that to that guy, I saw that. That was just a little baby tap. Yeah, the
Yeah,
dude
he
got
just kind
pissed.
of went, hey, like,
Yeah, don't do
hey.
that. Yeah. You seen that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was a trip. That was a trip.
But that also showed how much of like a gentleman he was. I mean, the way he slapped him, I think that even solidified him as like this passive, this,
Yeah,
golden boy, like you said.
right. I mean, and it's sad, man, because he was already kind of late. Although he played superhero movies,
Mm,
bad boy movies, he was still kind of labeled a, kind of, real docile dude. And
right.
him doing that, man, just made it worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made it
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah. But fortunately, I never saw anyone test him, on that because he's still a big guy.
Yeah, man. He's like 6'2",
Imagine if
up
people
around
just started.
220, 230.
Oh yeah. Imagine if people just started trying to test him in public, like, oh, okay, he ain't gonna do nothing. But they just probably get up close to him and like, dang,
Right.
dang.
The lovely said she told us he's trying to leave Hollywood. Um, Vision
Oh
said,
wait,
yeah,
hold up.
maybe it's time for
My
him to
bad.
get out the limelight.
Oh, okay. Okay, yep.
Hmm.
Maybe. Yeah, it's time for him to get out.
Like Jason Whitlock said, man, he got a point. He said Hollywood will eat you up, man. And he said them guys have been in it so long because he was talking about Kanye, and
Oh,
he was
too
talking
long.
about
Too long.
back when Tom Cruise jumped on Oprah's couch, like
Too long.
yeah, just Hollywood just does something to you, and
It's
maybe
like they've
so.
been out in the sun. They've been baked in celebrity like that lifestyle for way too long. I
Right.
mean, man.
Yeah. Uh, so Xavier got her explanation. BJ, what's up?
Oh, okay. All right. So, fortunately, Xavier pulled this up. So, I guess Channing Crowder said this about Sierra. He said, Sierra wouldn't be with Russell if he didn't have money. He called Russell a square, and she left Future, who he thought was a better choice for her. Then the other guy said Sierra left toxicity for happiness. I think it's called Pivot.
Yeah, Channing Crowder stupid. I mean, I'm listen, and I listen to these guys X all the time. And Channing Crowder is always he's clearly the dumbest one on the show. I mean, he lets it be known. He's the dumbest one on the show.
Man,
And the other guys, they seem to be quite a bit more intelligent or whatever they seem like it anyway. And he always just come with something off the wall, man. I mean, the girl wouldn't be with nobody who didn't have money because that's what she's
exactly,
into.
exactly.
So yeah, if Russell didn't have money, she wouldn't be with him. Hell, if Future didn't have money, she wouldn't have been with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep,
so that's stupid for him to say. She ain't gonna be with nobody who ain't got money. Now, if she
yep,
ain't have money and Russell didn't have money and she seen him delivering mail,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And she was just getting off her factory job. I ain't
Now, why in the world would he say? And I think you're onto something with you saying, what he's got in his brain might not be too much. Why would he say Future is a better choice than Russell? Anybody with eyes and
he want
ears,
this dude got what
see,
nine babies by 8, 9 different women. Come on, man.
exactly.
That's stupid.
Like, oh, that's what we want. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, he's with this gal, this gal, this gal. Why was she don't want she don't why would she put most women claim they don't want that type of lifestyle with
Exactly.
where they sharing men and this and that. So that is, I mean, maybe he's just looking at I think he may be looking at, Future is, in that, wears pants a certain way, dress a certain way. She's
Sure.
in hip hop. And
Man.
Russell a lot more conservative. I hate when they call my boy square. He ain't square. He's just a stand up dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's just a
Yeah.
stand up
I
dude, and
rock
I,
with that.
I I bet you he can make more business moves
Exactly.
than Future.
A lot
Major
more
business
doors
moves.
would be open.
Oh yeah, yeah. Future. Everybody's not gonna do business with Future, and you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about when I say everybody.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And
Oh
I
yeah.
ain't just talking about white people, the upper
Everybody.
echelon. I mean, I can guarantee you, Jay-Z, check this out. Now, it's going to hit you in the stomach with a baseball bat.
All
But I
right.
guarantee you, Jay-Z would do business with Russell before he will with Future.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. I think so too. I think so too. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that wasn't, I don't think that was cool for Channing to say. And I used to like Channing. He was a hell of a linebacker, but that wasn't smart.
He got hit too many times.
Um, okay. BJ, they still want companionship. But are you still leery about the new person?
Oh, he's talking about those scorned women.
Hmm.
Um, they still want companionship, but are still leery about the new person.
Yeah.
I mean, this it's the desperation that causes a scorned woman or man to jump into a new relationship. It's desperation. They want to feel different. They want to have a good experience so quick and so fast. So, but
Well, let me tell you, BJ, some people can't be by themselves, which is not good. You know
Not
what I
good at
mean?
all.
And
Not
when
good at
you
all.
got these people, man, who get out of something just really, really toxic and hurry up and sign somebody else to a new deal, man. They just not used to being by themselves. So I mean, you can look at that in two different ways. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we want to be happy
Yeah,
regardless. But I mean, you still got to be careful not to take that, drag some of that sewage with you.
still gotta be careful. Yeah, or else you just nasty walking down in the world without wiping yourself. What's wrong with you? You stink. You stink.
Xavier said,
Uh,
"What's up with men thinking spreading their cheeks in the shower is gay?"
why are you
Oh,
spreading
you
your cheeks
know,
in the shower?
I mean, you got to wipe your butt, don't you?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, do you have to spread it?
I think that's all she's talking about.
I don't know. Why can't she just say clean in their butt in the shower?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's the wording. Take spreading out and say clean, and it'll be okay. That's all
Well,
you got to do.
I don't think it is. I think you got to do what you got to do in the shower. I think it's only gay if it's with a guy. Oh, it's only gay if it's with a guy. It's only
I mean, you in the shower, man. You in the shower. You know what I mean?
exactly,
You in the
exactly.
shower.
And if you're in the shower alone, I mean, you're in the shower alone.
Yeah. So the lovely chiming in with Sammy say, those are women who don't like to be alone. So misery loves company. Um,
I hate
yeah. I
that.
mean,
I hate that.
like I said, man, it just and trust me when I tell you, most stand-up guys and stand-up ladies, they're not gonna stick around for that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, let me know. Please let me know that you're a landmine before I step on you. Just come on, don't
Boy,
be
you
like.
got some great analogies tonight, boy. You been go to the analogy Hall of Fame, ain't
Woo! Don't be like that. Don't let me just get hurt
you?
for no reason. All right. Uh oh yeah, Sammy, yeah, the guy that he slapped tried to kiss him.
Try to
Yeah, that
kiss
was yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Roger said that's the lowest thing you can do to a man besides spitting in his face. Oh yeah, slapping a man, that's horrible, man. That's horrible.
Well,
And did you
like
see
you
what
said,
Tony Rock said, man? And I listen to this type of stuff, BJ, and it's
what he
funny.
said.
Chris Rock's brother. So he got,
Oh,
he's on tour with some more, and he got on stage, and if anybody try to come up here, you gonna get these hands, and
oh, really?
all right, man,
Oh,
all
okay.
right, tough guy.
Oh, okay. And he
I can imagine how tough his little ass is.
Tony Rock, isn't he about the same size as Chris Rock?
Yeah, or smaller. Yeah. But he just let everybody know you walk up there on him, you gonna get them hands.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. X. He did. That's one of the things I was tripping about. He said that about the HBCU about not having the talent, and if they was as good as they supposed to be or should be or as good as
Oh.
they claim to be, then they go to a Power Five
Wow.
school. So stuff like that, man.
Wow.
He just be on that other stuff. So
I don't know.
Stampede,
Oh, yeah. Stampede said, I recently saw an old 1 minute clip of Jim Everett versus Jim Rome, and it put me in the main frame of the Oscars debacle. Gosh, this just Rome taunted Everett to his face. These words. Did Jada feel like Chris Rock was picking on her and expressed to Will that she was tired of him calling her out over the years?
that's what they keep saying. That he jugged that in 16, jugged that a couple more times. So maybe it was. Maybe she just. I mean, maybe they went there with her saying, if that damn Chris Rock say something about me tonight, you better say something.
I feel like there was a conversation, feel like there had to have been. But
Right.
even if not, remember I said with the whole alopecia thing, he's probably thinking of his kids. Gotta go home and his grown rich kids with very bold and loud voices like, Dad, how you gonna let them talk about mom like that?
But But you see, he came out and said he didn't know about her alopecia thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he said he didn't know about it, and I believe him, man. I mean, just
I
cause
mean,
she announced it, I don't watch damn Red Table Talk,
exactly,
so I
exactly,
didn't know about it. You know what I
exactly.
mean? I really thought she cut her hair trying to do something her daughter was doing because she shaved her head.
Yeah, her and her daughter shaved her head first. Yeah.
Right. So um, yeah. What else we got?
All right. So the lovely. Oh, she's standing up for Russell too. She said he's not square. He's a grown ass responsible man. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like Russ, man. I love the way he carries himself.
Who was he talking about? Stampede said his head is shaped like Kamaru Usman from the UFC.
Kamaru Usman. Yeah, put a picture up and seeing.
But I mean, who's he talking about? You ain't talking
Uh,
about me.
what are you talking about, man? Me and one more than Jada's speech.
Oh, I think he is talking about me. Dang,
Yeah, man.
this is
Pete Trim.
this guy looks like my brother.
Do it, man. Let me see him.
Nah, I think your head is shaped just like this too. You just wear hats. Here, let me pull it up for you. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Here we go. All right. Boom. Oh, that's a little small. Hold on.
Hmm. Okay.
That is a strong African head.
Yeah, it's a big boy. That's a
Man,
big boy, man.
man.
Yeah, he tough too, brother.
I guarantee. I guarantee. Man,
BJ, so I got something, man. Let's talk about this really quick. Let's talk about this.
yeah.
Um, we've kind of danced with this before, but I think we need some clarity. We need some definite something,
Okay.
man.
Okay. Let's define some things. All right.
Okay. Now you don't have kids yet, but when you do, you're going to. It's just human nature. You're going to want them to have the best, right? Or
Right.
you're going to want to set them up a certain way for success,
The
right?
best way.
Right. So at this point in our lives, probably starting with my era, we're really fixed on trying to make sure that our kids is set up a certain way and have everything, all the tools they need for success, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, we've talked about this before, but we need to talk about this and we need to come up with something because we fighting a losing battle with these kids, I think, man. And I want to know is how we teach our kids how to hustle, okay? How we teach them how to hustle when they have a safety net,
Mm.
right? So I
Right.
mean,
Right.
yeah, let's go in hard on this. We
Okay.
we can finish the rest of the show because I know we're gonna get a lot of
Yeah.
great answers from everybody, man. Stampede, the lovely, come on with it, Xavier, Broderick. I mean, how do we teach them to hustle? Because we want to teach them how to hustle with a safety net. See the difference with us, BJ, and you'll be in on the kid side of this, right? The difference with my era, we didn't have safety nets, so we had no choice but to get it. You know what I'm saying? Either get it or fail,
Mm-hmm.
or end up, doing something that's not so smart or whatever. We're not going to stop doing for them. We're not going to stop making sure they have everything they need. Do we? Our moms, our era. I mean, some of those people, some of those kids did get put out at a certain point.
Yeah, I don't hear
Literally,
about that anymore. I used to like when I grew up, I used to think that's just how it was when you were 18, when you turned a certain age. I used to
right?
think that like I was gonna have to just fend for myself or something. I was like, dang.
Right.
Fortunately, life didn't really continue that way, and
Yeah.
my parents didn't follow that principle. But yeah,
See, you missed it. That's what I'm saying. You can chime in on the kid side, but
yeah,
our pops and stuff like that, man. They was like, I mean, that was that real lion growing up type of
Right.
environment. Once you got so
Yeah.
old, hey man, what you gonna do? Your daddy get to ask you what you gonna do? Where you
See,
gonna live?
that's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
That's
Your
tough.
daddy, yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. My grandfather, when I was a senior, he came to me and he was asking me, what's next? What you gonna do? He said, you going to school? You going to work? I mean, what's your plans? And I mean, I was like, I mean, well, I want to go to school and play ball. I was still on that.
Right.
And he was like, oh, okay, okay. But he held me to that standard.
Right.
And then
Right.
as I was kind of trying to figure it out, some things didn't work out because at that point in your life, a lot of things not gonna work out
No, it's
like you
too
hope.
early. Yeah.
Right. So some things didn't work out. And I remember my stepdad saying, so I mean, pretty much saying, so when you leaving?
Ah.
Bruh. But you know what, man? I mean, we didn't. So my era didn't have that. So we just. I mean, it made you a overnight man.
Yeah, you
So you was
matured
either going to
fast.
go and make it happen the best way you could. And guess what? They didn't check on us, man. Nobody checked on us.
Just oh hey, just go live your life. Start.
Go live your life, man. Go live your life. No checking on us.
Man,
No,
that's
none of that,
rough.
dude.
That's
None of
rough.
it.
How you gonna take care of me for 17, 18 years and probably not, really teach me how to get it by myself? Yeah, I learned some things because it was rough, right? I'm sure y'all learned a lot more in y'all 17, 18 years of how to live on your own than we do. Or did you? You know? Did you learn a lot more?
BJ, not really, man. I mean, I watched somebody get it. I
Yeah,
watched my granddad take care of business. However, I mean, I ain't have no tools. I wasn't set up with credit and all of these things that go with
right. Right.
trying to move on to the next phase of your life. So a lot of that stuff was kind of learned on the fly, and
Yeah.
a lot of mistakes, a lot of failing, things like that. But that's the difference between
Sheesh.
men and women and boys and girls. You know what I mean? Men and women, they figure it out, man. Through all the rain and the pain,
Yeah,
some kind of way, they figure it out.
it gets figured out.
Yeah. So,
Um,
back to this though. This day, you guys, how do we instill that hustle in you when you have a safety net? Do we just, I mean, because we're not just pulling the safety net like our parents. And I see many people not coming in on this, and that's sad. A lot of us don't have the answer.
I see some, but okay, so I can only really, theorize. Like you said, I'm coming
Herb,
from
where
the
you at,
kids.
man? Chime in on this, Herb. I mean, this is
Yeah,
something, man. That needs to be figured out.
yeah,
Herb boys is they major cats though, man. They doing big things. But I know Herb. I know people in this situation, man, where the kids hadn't quite figured it out, and
yeah, yeah. I'm coming in from the kids' perspective. I think it's funny how that shifted. It used to be 18, you're out on your own, and now it's kind of like people are looking and paying attention to development, and they're like, okay, really, this person ain't gonna get it right till late 20s, mid 20s,
mm-hmm.
and people are moving out later. And it's probably not a big thing. I think there's still a lot of people that you know, strike out on their own at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not like they necessarily got it, together. They're really just bumping their head.
Right.
I think, I think you can't. Should you let them know they have a safety net?
I don't think you can. I mean, they're gonna know they got a safety net because they still there. They still opening the refrigerator when they get ready.
You're right.
And
Right.
this is what a lot of
Right.
parents do. This is what a lot of parents do. Check this out nowadays. They argue more with the child.
Oh, they make them uncomfortable.
They try to make them uncomfortable, almost like starting them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they was 17 and under, they go and warm up the food and
Right.
leftovers and eat it, and there's nothing. But
Right.
when they get old, when the kids get older, the parents like, who the hell ate the damn spaghetti? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Right. So,
Okay.
and then that's
Okay.
a constant thing every day to what now the kid is like,
Man, I
damn,
gotta
man,
get
I
out.
gotta figure something out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
You know,
That's a good technique. That's a good
yeah.
one.
As a son, hey man, going in there tapping him and he in there asleep, his daddy getting ready to go to work. Hey man, I told you take this trash out last night. It's
Yeah.
6 in the morning now. Get up, take this trash out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what a lot of our era parents do now, man. They
Yeah.
they, they try to make the child uncomfortable where they
Yep.
just be like, man, I got to get my ass out of him. This is this is horrible.
I think that and making them pay bills, but in order to do that, you couldn't have ever became their best friend. Didn't you say something about not becoming their best friend?
Hell yeah. I mean, no, yeah, exactly. I said that. You can't be
Yeah.
your child ain't no damn friends.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because then when it gets hard at that point, older, when you gotta really instill some values into them, and they're always looking to you as like to
Mm-mm.
rescue them from what you're trying to teach them.
Right. I mean, to this day, man, my son watches. He respect me. Both my sons, man, and I love them to death, man. They respect me to the point to where they still they may curse, but they keep it mild. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
And although they grown, and I'm just using that as an example. They just
Yeah.
keep, and that's how I was, man. Just
Yeah.
still when I got around grandparents, mom, them, and stuff like that. You just
Yeah.
got to keep it still
It's respect.
respectful, man. You
It's
know what I
respect.
mean? Uh, so I mean, it's. I think it's a real issue, man. Um, like the lovely said, up a little ways. She said something about the era being the weakest, something, something, something.
The
Uh,
lovely, yeah, she said if we continue going down this road, this will be the weakest and dumbest generation of people. I don't know about that.
I don't know about the dumbest. I don't know
Maybe
about any of that either because I
maybe
think it's
compared to what y'all learned, you could see it as dumb if we took the test on stuff that y'all know, but if y'all took a test on stuff we know, you
right,
know, you're right. It's like
right,
it's different.
yeah. See, we still not getting a lot, man. The love said, hustle and safety net cannot live in the same space.
Mm,
Um,
it's like fear and faith.
yeah.
I don't know.
Xavier say, have a regular job and a side hustle just in case. T-shirts, jewelry, something that doesn't take up too much time or find passive income.
Wait, is this for the parent?
I think she's saying that's for the child, but I mean it's a bigger issue with that. A lot of these kids, they don't. I mean they will not take anything because of the safety net.
Yeah.
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 So I mean nowadays, I mean you got to catch your area that'll be like, man, hell, they want me to work to 7 p.m. Man, hell, they think I am.
I've heard that before. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want me to go
And
work at 10 and work to 7. Man, I can't do that, man.
you see, I wasn't raised that way. I was raised like you got to do what you got to do, but
Right.
I was also raised like work smart, not hard. So if I had a better option, then I'm going to look at how I can set myself up for that better option.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm not going to sit there and I know I have nothing else, and this is a job at McDonald's, and it
Mm-hmm.
goes, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to do what you got to do, and if you're not prepared, if you
Right.
haven't built up skills, resume or whatever to not do that, then you haven't done enough. And I know that much.
Right. Man, I remember I mean it's probably been 7, 8 years ago or longer, maybe 10 years back. My nephew, man, very productive young man. And I had a conversation with him, and
Mhm.
he used to call his mom for money, right? Like right out of college,
You told me
right?
that on the
And
show. Yeah.
so I would be like, say, man, hmm?
Oh no. No, no, I'm sorry. I act things out. I was like, you were like, say man, and you were like telling them to cut it out because I know what you're about to say. I wasn't signaling to you.
Oh man, I'm thinking you something wrong. You been getting hit in the face or something, man. I thought you been getting Will Smith.
No, 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 my bad. No,
Oh Lord, man, don't do me like that,
I
man. I
just
was
be
like,
acting
man.
things out. I'm sorry.
So
Oh yeah,
anyway, that was just a, hey man, don't how you look asking a man asking his mommy for money, and I said mommy that way, man. You know what I mean? Man, what you look like calling your mommy for money, man? And that made him feel a certain way, but I'm not gonna say that made
yeah,
him, but he got up on his horse and
right.
he got his business taken care of, man. And now he's so productive, man. He's doing great things, man. And I mean, but my point is, any young woman or young man that call himself grown,
Yeah,
and you still have to ask, or you still, mommy, or ask your daddy for this and that, man. That shouldn't make you feel, you
no,
know, like nothing.
yeah. Shouldn't make you feel right. Should make you feel like, oh, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And that by itself, to me, should motivate you enough to say, okay, let me make some things happen.
yeah.
Uh,
I think you'd be proud to know that I never asked for handouts.
yeah,
I I mean, I was given a safety net and opportunities
yeah,
when I, really needed it or, but like I never asked for cars, I never asked for like money, never
yeah.
asked for things like that. Um
They were just trying to help you along the way. Just maybe if I do this, that'll
yeah,
catapult him into help him out a little bit again. And
yeah,
and that's what we do, man. That's what we do. And the difference is, when I was growing up, I don't think my mom then wasn't really able to do that.
right.
So I can't even say that they wouldn't have did it or she wouldn't have did it, but she just wasn't able to do it at the time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She probably
Yeah.
would have did it because she did everything else but that.
Right.
The whole money thing, and but I mean that, but still, we knew that. So that's another, a motivation to make you, because I know my mom, you grow up and you be like, man, my mom, she's doing as the best she can. Let me hear up and do my part. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
Versus, man, let me keep eating all the lunch meat out the refrigerator, and cause I ain't working. And you know what I mean? All the chips, his daddy come home, he won't get his favorite, bag of chips, and they gone. Boy, I can imagine that can be a rough deal there, man. I can imagine. I never went through it personally, but I know me being a chip head, yeah, we'd have issues, man.
We
We'd
could have
almost
issues. I come home and my grown ass son is up here
walking
eating.
down the stairs with his shirt off. And bro, I'm telling you, man.
uh,
Bro, you say nowadays kids won't sell drugs and that quick. Yeah, man, that's a whole
mm,
different.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah, that's a whole different thing. I don't think we're dealing with that on this side, but yeah,
but that's real life too, man.
yeah,
Those guys right there, man. Before they get off into that stuff, man, military still want people. That's always an option,
yeah.
to get out of that environment, man. And
I
that's
consider
just
the military, and I wasn't even selling anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a option, man, for a good jump start. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? If you kind of don't have it figured out, you can always go to the military and still figure it out. While you
Man,
trying to get it together, they'll kind of be that safety net for you.
I got these cousins, man. Just like what you're talking about. I got these cousins that, like Nas, went into the military or whatever branch at a young age. Now both of them, they're brothers, by the way. Both of them got wives, they got kids,
Right.
they got houses, and they're still in their 20s. They're probably just now hitting like early 30s, maybe, but not too much older than me. And And when we were growing up together, like my family was the one that was more set up. Theirs was the one that was, kind of more in like this
Lower
just didn't
income.
have as much.
Yeah.
And there were so many of them there
Mhm.
that that also made sense.
And
And
see, that's what maybe made it more. They may already knew I got to get it, man.
yeah.
So they was already they juice cooking. Like I got to
Hmm.
figure this out. I'm coming to
Yep.
crossroads, so I got to figure this out.
And
You
they
know.
did. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
because it's crazy seeing that.
That's a great point, man. When you have to do that, I mean, like I said, in my situation, when you have to do something, you got to figure it out.
Got to figure it out.
That's what we talking about versus this safety net. You already knew you was kind of well to do. Parents was well to do.
Hmm.
I'll be all
Yeah.
right. So you was
Yeah.
kind of probably a little lackadaisy about it.
Hmm.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like they found their lives, like the whole family part. They got to that quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going the route of the path that I want to take. It's taking longer because you know of
Mm-hmm.
because of that. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Everybody has a different path.
Right.
But I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
Uh, Broderick said, "Give their ass a curfew. That'll push them out."
And that's right. I mean, a lot of times, I know in our era, if you ain't here by one, you need to stay where you at. Because when they get grown, what I mean. That's pretty much all you can tell them. If you ain't here by this time, just stay where you at.
I would
Don't come in
be
here.
highly upset if that happened.
If you was on which side.
I'd be highly upset if I was 27 and I had a curfew.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got to see because this is what you got to understand about a curfew. Because obviously you 27 and don't. Now, if you got a curfew, I mean, if you coming in my house at let's say 2 o'clock, 2:30, right? You coming in my house at 2:30. I got to get up and go to work at what? 7:30.
I get it.
So when you come in my house, I'm hearing the damn door open. I'm hearing your ass in the refrigerator. I'm hearing you chips. You know what I mean? So you
I get
waking me up out of my sleep when I gotta get up and go to work. You just getting in, which probably means you ain't gotta go to work the next morning, right? So y'all don't understand. That's what a whole. It's not about saying you giving you a curfew. It's about saying, listen, man, you disrupting my flow.
right,
You
right.
disrupting your mom flow, man. We got shit, productive shit we trying to do.
Maybe that's why 18-year-olds were kicked out so early back then, because adults used to work so much harder. I'm not saying they don't work hard today, but they used to work so
Mm-hmm.
much harder that maybe they just like, okay, you're 18 now, you gotta go. You're a burden. I mean, I don't mean to
Burden.
say that, but you are.
That's what it is, man. I mean, cause if you're not going to school, right?
Right,
Because when you at school and the parents are at work, you don't have the lights on.
right,
Nobody's eating,
right.
right? So all that's resting at that point. But when your ass is 18, you ain't working, 19, you ain't working, 20, you ain't working, you stay
Water's
watching
running.
TV, you taking showers at 11:30, you done had 2 or 3 sandwiches, you done cooked eggs. You know what I mean, man?
Look, they come home and half the
All
half
that
the
shit still dirty, and
pantries.
the kitchen still dirty. You sitting on the phone with your lady, cause now you done got fat full. Now
Yeah,
you want to see your lady. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And then on top of that, you probably ask your mama, mama, you got a couple dollars I can have?
Oh, could you? Oh, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't be
Oh,
that. I couldn't do it, man. I was too conscious. I couldn't do that. Heck no.
you
Heck
think
no.
about all that. And that's why parents be like, you gotta get your ass out of here.
Get out of here. Just
Yeah.
look at you with the just
Yeah.
disgusted.
Just all that.
Just disgusted when they come home.
What's that piece? Let's roll.
Stampede said technology helps you to stay in contact. When I left home, I called my mom about once every 2 weeks. Long distance was a beast. Society's view of grownness has shifted, as evidenced by kids being able to stay on their parents' health insurance until 25 or 26. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Cool. The Lovely said start with responsibility at home, paying bills to live at home.
Hmm.
Cool. Cool. Yep. Varshri said, I don't believe in putting your kids out at 18, 19 and say, figure it out. It's a parent's responsibility to make sure their kids are set up for success. Some kids might take longer than others. Putting them out at a young age is the same cycle.
Okay. Okay,
Yep.
Bob, what's the age then?
I
I
guess when
mean,
they figure it out.
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
because if that's her philosophy, then I guess you have to come up with a number and stick to that number. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
because I guess it just depends on the individual. But I mean, you may have some that's just lackadaisical, whatever. I mean, hey man, listen, my dad back in the day was, he was grown, he had a job, he could take care of himself, he did all these things, but when he was no longer married, he was more comfortable at his mama's house,
oh, yeah. Okay, I've heard of
right?
that.
So
Yeah,
check this out. So it's not even always necessarily not being on your feet or whatever, because he worked, made
yeah.
good money, but he was one of them people who, I guess, he had to have somebody take care of him. You,
Huh.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, in
So
that case, he's not really putting strain or burden on her. He's living like
no,
coexisting.
that was still burden because his mama was still picking up after him.
Oh,
You did.
oh,
Now he may, and so you have to think about it like that. Like,
hmm,
well, maybe it's when you have a person who not used to being responsible for themselves, or being comfortable enough to be by themselves, even if
right.
they being productive, going to work and this and
Yeah.
that. You don't want. I mean, you wouldn't think you want a
Mm,
40-plus-year-old man or woman still at home. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you do. Maybe
ah,
you know what I'm saying? So
maybe, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
Because there would be the parents that would love that, and then there's the parents that would hate that.
they would hate that. Yeah. So I guess you have to figure out, what works best for you.
Right.
Now, I feel like in my pop's case, maybe that's why his relationships didn't pan out, because he was
Oh.
wanting that life where somebody picked up
Mm.
after him,
Right, right, right.
did this for him, did the things that his mom did. You see what
Kind
I'm
of like
saying?
separation. Like he'll make the money, but they really got to take care of
Right. He needs somebody to take
laundry,
care of
cooking,
all that.
all
All
that,
that. He
clean.
needs
Yeah,
somebody. He needed somebody to do that. So when
yeah.
he was no longer married, man, he going back to mama house. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And
There's still some. It's hard to find them, but there's still some women out there. Maybe I'm just hoping more than it's actually real. That there's still some women out there that will do all of that.
oh yeah, I don't that's rare, man.
Yeah,
That you're
yeah,
gonna have somebody that's gonna pick up. I mean, pick up
yeah,
your drawers off the floor, and you just kind of leave your shoes out in the middle. She picking them up, and
yeah.
you ain't gonna find too many ladies doing that
It's
now.
like when you walk in, throw your jacket wherever, but then when you want to
Yeah,
put it on, you just go to the closet because it's in the
it's in the
closet now.
closet. Yeah, because I mean, most ladies, man, they're not gonna live that way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, they ain't gonna have their house
no,
like that, man. You know what
they're
I'm
not
saying?
taking that.
Yeah, yeah.
What else we got? Yep, the lovely said make them very uncomfortable at home until they want to leave.
Mhm.
Farron said our parents had to make it out of living hard, but if you made a better life for your child who knows no struggle, there would be no desire to hustle until they get pushed to their limit. That's the thing, pushed to their limits.
Mm.
Okay. Um, Xavier said, teach your child the value of a dollar. They don't have to have the latest, greatest clothes, shoes, or games. Make them work and be consistent. That's how you teach them hustle. Okay. All right.
That's
Yeah,
what
we're
you.
getting some good answers.
I mean, yeah, I mean that. I think all of these answers, though, you have to be consistent with it as
Right.
the parents. I mean, you're getting good answers, but I mean, the consistency is where a lot of parents fall off. Because I mean, believe it or not, man, parents won't they if they can afford to get their child all these things and they want the child wants it, you're
Yeah.
gonna get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna get it. Now I can say my son, man, he's never been into all that name brand stuff. I love that about him, man. He's just just as long as he got something to keep him warm, he
Yeah.
ain't gotta have this or that, da 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 da, all that nonsense, man. I think that's phenomenal. When
Yeah.
you
Yeah. I remember when I first met him. You know, I didn't think about it, but yeah, I mean, he didn't. He didn't have a you know, most young people, you would think they got this kind of, oh, I'm cool, and they got the shoes and the shirt, and they
yeah,
got the watch and the earrings and tattoos, and you know, they're just living this luxurious lifestyle, you know. I mean, he was just down to earth, you know, and I'm
mhm,
sure he was probably already working at the time and probably
yeah,
had savings and all this, and
all
he
that,
was
man.
he just cared about his hustle, his skill of
Yeah,
drawing and
yeah,
hanging out and stuff.
yeah.
And yeah,
That's it, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. I'm hopefully he'll stay that way. I know he will. He'll stay that way.
you know, it's
Yeah.
funny. It sounded like you were about to say, you know, that's a beautiful thing, man. I'm about to call him right now.
Man.
The
Uh,
lovely, she said, the difference is common sense. It doesn't exist anymore. Nobody wants to think for themselves. Hmm.
mhm,
Man, she's just going hard.
mhm.
Farron said, if you don't teach your kids responsibility and to think for themselves, they'll always be hindered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stampede, the hustle has changed. I got a friend whose son had a hustle as a member of a gaming league. Okay, he made
Mhm.
money and did that for a year before finally deciding to go to college. White people provide a safety net and nepotism kind of opportunities. I gotta remind myself what
Mhm.
nepotism means.
Yeah.
Something to do with grossly rich or something. Uh, um, I see 23 plus year olds happily come in and out of the houses in my neighborhood. The parents are very supportive. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
You know,
And
it's,
and my thing is, BJ, if you're doing something, and I think a lot of parents my age feel this way. If you're trying, no, and the parents have it, they don't mind helping,
I love that. I love
assist.
that. Yes.
If you're trying, I can see you trying. I can see you putting forth an effort. Because, we understand how hard it is.
Hey,
But be doing something. Don't every time
yeah,
I come by you, you laying on the couch, watch
yeah.
TV.
You know, try to get out of here. you
Try
know,
to try to be productive.
yeah.
It ain't necessarily getting out of here, but
Yeah,
try to be productive,
yeah.
man, because I'm one of them people. If you getting out, taking care of your business, and
Mhm.
your plan is I'm trying to stack some money so I can get a house, or I'm trying to stack some money to whatever. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. I'm like, man, that's what's up, man. Because I see your wheels cooking. I see you churning. You know what I mean? And then
yeah,
I'm gonna be like, hey, man, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna be
yeah,
trying to see how I can. What can I do to help you out? That sounds great. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But when if I come by and you ain't got nothing to talk about, you know what I mean? Man, what you do today? Oh man, nothing.
Played some games.
Yeah, I just nothing.
Ate that
What?
food that you brought back home yesterday.
Yeah.
The leftovers from when you went out.
Yeah, man, you ate my damn steak.
I mean,
That'll get you killed, man.
oh man.
Damn.
Let's see. Varsity said, I started working at age 15 to have my own and missed out on a lot of things. So yes, I think different on this issue.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. The lovely said, I think when we give our children a safety net, it says we don't believe in them. She has some strong standpoints on this. She also said a lot of parents also have guilty consciences for working and not having time to teach their children to hustle or figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I mean, would someone with a guilty conscience still kick their kid out?
Man, I think that I really think all that's triggers. Like what we talking about. You come home and all the
Right,
damn food gone.
right,
so
right,
so
right. You just kind
so
of
you
push the parent to,
yeah,
like,
man. It's
man,
just
you
a
gotta
trigger,
go.
and then after that wears out, the parent probably be like, don't do that no more. You know what I mean? But
Right.
yeah, but that's a trigger, man. When you see it after a long day's work or whatever, the kid may not have had the best day. You come home and the damn air conditioner is on 70 or so. You like, say, man, what the hell? You know?
Man, man. Uh, Varshree said, I agree with age 23 to 25. It's time to go.
Oh, okay, she put a number on it.
Um, I think that was about the age that I left, but
Mm-hmm.
I was only out for like a year, and then I had to come back. But um, I'm about ready to leave again, and this time I think for good. So I mean,
Good for you, man.
I mean, I mean, things just go different
Right,
sometimes.
right, right. Like you said, man, you try, man. I mean, that whole sleep at the computer thing. See, I'd have came in and been like, look at this something gun.
Yeah.
But now you can say, okay, he doing this, he working, he
Right.
full time job. So now you productive. You got stuff going on, and
Yeah.
most parents, man, they see that. Oh man, he's out there, he's trying. Cause believe it, man, we know how hard it is. It's
Yeah.
hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard, man. But you know, what people your age got to realize is parents just want the best for you, man. They just want the best. I mean, they want you to kind of learn from the mistakes they made. But a lot of parents have to realize you got to make your own mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't
Yep.
base what your child is doing on your mishaps and stuff like that. That's all of us had to learn that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I said, man, most of the time, as long as you're doing something, you're getting up, you're trying, you're going to work, you're going to school or you're going to work in school. My thing is with a lot of not even just your age, a lot of cats my age, man. If you're healthy, you need to be grinding.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
need to be grinding, and
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it personally when you're a man and you ain't grinding like that. Now you got more. You got the ladies out grinding the men, bro. And that's just.
True.
I mean, that's just
True.
sad to me. But now, yeah, you got these black women out here, man. They getting it, man. They getting it, man. They getting
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I'm saying? And you got the dudes, the ones that's the laid back cats, and I go and work my 6 7 hours. Oh, gee, I'm good, man.
No.
Come on, man. Your lady out here selling houses, dude. She making investments.
That's
She making major moves, man.
major, major.
What you think she want to do with you? You know what I'm saying? So,
So let me ask you this, because I think this more fits me what I'm about to say. So what do you do about a child that has always um has always worked hard at this certain skill, and let's say technology, because this is me,
mhm,
and you see them doing certain skills and making money in front of your eyes, right? You see
mhm.
them doing it, but not enough to survive on their own. How long do you let that last?
Me personally, man. I'm constantly saying because I mean, you talking to somebody who's did outside stuff after having a regular full time, what I call regular full time job with FedEx.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to me, there's no um there's no answer why a young man, and as far as I'm concerned, especially a young man, do it in addition to. My son just got on Amazon. You know,
Hey,
yeah, delivering at Amazon.
hey, it's hard work, but it's money.
And that's what he told me. It's hard work. I said, man, you don't do that instead of, you do it in addition to. You keep promoting your book, keep writing your book. You keep,
Yeah.
like I said, you hear me say it all the time, man. You get enough sleep when you get yourself straightened out. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Hey man, you gotta get it. You gotta get it, man. So yeah, if you just doing your tech thing and you doing a little something here, a little something there, and I'm gonna
Right.
always look at it like you ain't doing enough, man. You could be
Right.
doing
Right.
that while you doing this and
Yeah.
da da da. Da. That's that hustle right there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I
You
mean,
know,
don't.
if I like that you said that. If I would have, because what I was doing that back on and off. I'd be at a job and then I'd be like, I think I could do my own thing, and then I'd go without a job while doing tech, and it was like back and forth. I didn't consistently have like a job while you know
That's because you
building up.
always had a safety net.
Yeah, exactly. And that safety net told me, oh, oh yeah, But I would communicate. I would ask them. I wouldn't just not have the job. I'd be like, hey, you
Man,
know,
you want to ask your mommy for a safety net, man? Can you ask your mommy? Who asks a mommy? What kind of man asks a mommy for a safety net,
no,
man?
no, no. I asked for time. Is that the same thing as asking for money?
Who asks a mommy for time, man? At 25 years old, 26. Who does that? No, for real.
Ugh,
But that's my point,
ugh.
man. That's
Yeah.
my point, BJ. You're healthy. You all of these things, man.
Did he freeze? Where'd he go? Vince.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
there you go.
Yeah, that's how that works, man. You don't become comfortable enough where you just, I could just do this and at my leisure and da da da. Da. Never get that type of mentality, man. Because I mean, you just won't go far. You
Yeah.
just, I mean, you may go far enough to be okay, but you're
Yeah.
not gonna go as far as you want to go. And I know how far you want to go.
Hmm.
You gotta keep it grinding, man. You gotta keep. That's why I get on this show, man. I look so tired. I look so sleepy. Look at that, man.
You
I work
grind.
7 days a week, man. I'm 51,
Grind. Yeah.
but I guarantee you, in 4 more years, I won't be doing it, and I'll be still making way more bread. You know what I'm saying? So you
Guaranteed.
you have to. That's just some of the things you got to do, man.
I hear
The
you. I hear you.
love to say, girl. No, Pete say, he got 2 girls. I'm not at all comfortable taking away their safety nets. They can stay. Maybe it's different for boys. I don't know. Now, my question to Pete is,
Oh, damn.
with the young ladies, man, they gonna have to shoot for the stars to find a dude, right?
Oh,
You
huh.
see what I'm saying? Because if Pops done already set the bar way up here,
Mm-hmm.
and they done already been showed and taught, this is what I'm used to.
Uh-huh.
And then you got the little cats come in by right here,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, they still good, but they about right here. What Pop way up here?
How are they gonna find a guy that far along at their age, you know, or can they spot a guy coming up that
Maybe
will
so.
eventually?
That's. I mean, maybe he can chime in on this, man, because as far as I'm looking at it, they're gonna shoot for the moon, which is okay. Maybe that's where they want to be, but nobody's gonna take care of them like they pops. I
Mm.
just don't think so. I mean, it's rare and few in between. They may, but I mean, it's gonna be a hard hustle. The level say girls can stay at home 27. Boys need to be out by 23.
I don't
Okay.
like that. I don't like that.
I'm with the love. I'm strong on. I feel like I'm much stronger on my boys than I would be if I had a daughter, man. So
Man.
I can sympathize with Pete, man. He in a rough spot. I mean, it's just something about pops and his girls, man. I have grandkids, his girls, and you just become numb around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, the lovely said,
When Ford when grown adults go back home in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's because they don't want to be alone.
Yeah, I see that. Cause like I said, I think that was my pop's whole thing. Cause he could fend for him. He could. I'm not gonna say he could fend for himself, but he could go buy him something to eat.
Yeah.
Could he clean up?
Yeah.
No, he couldn't
Oh,
do all that.
oh well.
What Vicky
Vicky
say?
said, I will never put my son out. But as long as he's living under the roof with me, he will contribute. This is not for my good, but his. I want him to be able to take care of himself and not bank on what I have.
So she's saying he can live with her forever as long as he paying bill.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So she sees it differently. She doesn't see it as, oh, I'm raising you to move out. I'm raising you to just learn how to contribute and get, you know,
right.
you know, hmm.
Cool.
And love. Farron said, yeah, the hustle has changed. Everything is about technology now. You can't always see that hustle. So
Mm-hmm.
so maybe there's some parents that even maybe hurt their kids by removing them from the house too soon because maybe the kids were doing something they just couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah. I mean, I would assume so, but I think you would know, man, if you yeah, you wouldn't just throw your child out there knowing they can't swim and they drown. Right? You would have an idea, like, you know, you would, you could land on your feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I had that experience with my grandfather, man. He kind of just, wouldn't help me. And I asked, when I moved out at
Yeah.
18
Oh, yeah.
and was on my own, I asked him for help a couple times. He wouldn't do it. And I knew he had it. And when I got older, I asked him why he wouldn't. And he said, because I knew you'd figure it out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Figured it out.
Hmm.
What Toyota say?
Toyota said, I don't think there is a put out age, but a time of growth, learning, and handling responsibilities. We are really the only ones that say get out.
Mm. So she kind of said what Vicky said. They can stay, I guess, just as long as they're being taught responsibilities.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. And then Vicky followed up, said, that's right as long as he's trying. Mama got him. But while he's stacking, he still needs to contribute because in the real world, he will have to do both. Kind of like what you're saying.
Right.
Gotta do both.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh yeah, so Stampede and the Lovely said nepotism is when family members get other family members jobs without credentials and stuff like that.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
hate that. I hate that. Toyota said, I mean, I don't necessarily hate that, but I mean, like, you can't. One time is good enough. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toyota said a lot of nationalities have generations within one home, and it works. Um, Again, we are the only ones. I think there is a get out age. They bring their wealth together. We have a hard time with that, and the question is why.
Now, BJ, let me ask you this. Do you think that at some point, if you do that with the generation staying in one house, let's say you got dad in there, dad and mom in there, the son in there, and I mean, of course, the son gonna want to bring his lady,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you got the son and the lady, and then you got the daughter. Let's say the daughter still lives there, and her boyfriend comes over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where is the privacy? Do everybody just go to their rooms?
I've seen that before, and it works out because I guess they just love each other so much. Like, I mean, they really they have their privacy in their rooms,
So
but
let's go deeper then. If mom and dad is there, and you're 20 years old, you got your lady there. Is it okay for y'all to go in the room have some alone time while mom and dad is out?
I like once again, I've seen the situation, not firsthand, but like,
Right, right.
I've been aware of situations like that where, they're grown and they got jobs and they're living with their parents that are also grown and have jobs. And
Yeah,
I don't know how they split bills and all that, but I mean that wasn't my problem to think
yeah.
about. Um, but yeah, like if the parents come home and um, and the kids are there too, they like the parent gets first dibs on TV and things like that,
Oh,
and,
so it still is a pecking order then.
yeah, and there's like there's always somebody that brings food back, for everybody,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Now, see, me personally, I couldn't rock like that
no,
because I'm a major. I mean, like I come home, I got a routine. I want to unwind. I want to chill out. I want to get the TV, watch some sports.
yeah,
So if you in that situation, you got, let's say mom and stepdad at the house, you come in, watching the TV, watching a great tech convention or something,
yeah,
and the dad comes in, he want to watch the Discovery Channel. Now, do you bow down and hand over
yeah.
the
You have to,
remote?
have to.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess if everybody can get along like that, then I mean, I guess it could work. I mean,
But no, there's gonna be a day when you come in and they're all, she got her legs up on his lap and they're watching a movie together, got the
yeah,
popcorn,
yeah. How
and
you gonna come in and interrupt that? You know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
feel bad. You don't want to
Yeah.
interrupt.
Then you gonna have to go in your room watch the game on your little TV. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. So hey man.
Oh man. Oh man. That's
Oh boy.
funny.
It is funny.
But hey, you know how you solve that? Just have a big enough house.
Well, I mean that they still in the house that moms and them got. So
Yeah.
that house just so big. You
Yeah.
still in the room you grew up in.
Yeah. Yeah, typically it is that way. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh some of these mamas coddle their grown boys. Dang.
Yeah.
A lot of mamas, a lot of mamas cuddle them. Broderick said, "You
Mm-hmm.
sleep when you're dead. Get
Mm-hmm.
off the titty, BJ." Damn, you're old, cuz just boom, boom,
Yeah, he
boom.
just right after nut, just hitting us hard, man. Just body shot, body blow.
Yeah. The lovely said, "I would not approve of my daughter dating a 25-year-old man living at home with his mom." Did you even look at the quality of that man and why? Okay. Did
I
you
don't
did
think she did, BJ. I don't think she did. She just looked at 25. He at home with his mama. Hell no.
Yeah, yeah, that is definitely an us thing. That's like a thing in our culture for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Stampede said, "I have no clue how that's going to shake out. My wife and I have that conversation all the time. We've had
Mm,
trips around the world, gone in
hmm.
great restaurants, and purchasing things. There's no parenting manual, and we do the best we can."
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I'd like to know, man, when that, he's talking about setting that bar so high
Yeah,
for yeah.
yeah,
Um, that's a slippery slope there, man. Because I mean, those young ladies are they used to a certain lifestyle, right?
yeah,
And if you come in talking about, yeah, I work at Walmart, and you can't keep up with that lifestyle, they're gonna be like, let me call my daddy. And I mean, if your lady tell you every time she wants something, you say, hey, let me try to do this, do that. I can't do it right now, and she call her daddy,
yeah.
then you gonna be. I mean, I know I probably would be like, damn, man.
You know what's weird though? I've seen women that ask their parents for money or call their parents or like regularly like that. But
With a man.
yeah, with the man, and yet they have their own, like I don't get it. They have their own, they know how to work, and they got their own thing. They maybe even have a man, but they still like ask their parents for things.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Have you ran into that?
I haven't, man.
No.
I
Okay.
haven't. I don't understand that at all. I don't see why you would, if you
Yeah.
got your own thing going on and you good, why would you be calling your parents?
I don't
At
know.
that point, I think you're just being selfish. Allow your parents to live their life, man. I mean, unless you got them parents who, I don't know, just that's their joy is to get that child money. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Some people I think are just opportunistic. Like they have their money for their bills, and then when they want something extra, they'll be like, "Hey,
Let me
give
call
me."
my daddy.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, the lovely said, "I would want my daughter to know that the man she chooses by the time she is 25, he is capable of providing for himself and her."
Mm.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think she's thinking about marriage at an early age, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The lovely said, "In other cultures, outsiders are not allowed in the family home." That's not true. That's not true. I've seen outsiders in the family home. Strangers. What do you mean by outsiders? You know,
I
like
don't
not
know.
part of the family. The lovely also said, "My daughters would never be able to go in their room with a boy or a male or a man at any age while they're living in my house."
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So that generational thing wouldn't work at her house.
Not in her house. Not in her
Yeah.
house. Yeah, particularly I was there and witnessed this. So I was dating someone, and she has sisters, and her sister had her boyfriend that was
Mm-hmm.
usually over there, and they're
Mm-hmm.
younger than us, by the way.
Right. Right.
And I mean, they both work and stuff, but they're still younger, and so they work,
Mm-hmm.
not jobs that they would get out
Right.
and live on their own or anything like that. Um, but they go and take showers together and this and that, and
Mm.
then and, dad is there. Like I was shocked, coming
Yeah.
from our side, I was shocked,
Yeah.
but that's just how they got
I
down.
mean, that's to me, man. That's disrespectful, man. And they not married. I'm not trying to
That
be.
might be too far, yeah,
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 doing that. My mom is in the next room, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, oh man. Toyota said, "Vince, they bring their wife normally. It's not a lot of living together. So we're not bringing girlfriends and boyfriends. I believe they learn to respect each other's space." Oh, she's saying that they typically bring a wife to live in with the generational house,
Oh,
not
okay.
boyfriend's girlfriend. Well,
Gotcha.
I saw boyfriend's girlfriends, so
Right.
maybe that was some disrespect.
Yeah.
Vicky said, "Heck no, that's too many people in the house. That's why men need their own place to invite women over. No, they're not getting along."
See, so that back to that, the generational stuff you got. So basically, they saying you got to be married to do all that.
I don't know, because what I'm doing right now sounds like disrespect, man.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not married, but I
I
mean,
ain't married.
yeah. I mean, based off of what they saying, you gotta be married to do that stuff in my house. Otherwise, I mean, that's gonna be another. Man, I need to get out of here, man. Especially with men, they be like, Shh, damn, man, I'm trying to knock this down.
Let's few more. You don't have quality if you're at home with your mama at 25. Parents said, "I'm not about to ask my parents for money and I'm 21." Exactly. Yeah, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Toyota said, but hold up. But if they offer because you need it for like fixing something, you
Mm-hmm.
got to learn to take things that you need, but definitely don't just go asking. Like I agree with that 100%.
Right.
Toyota said, "I agree. 25-year-old could be sitting on a stack and your daughter hits the jackpot, but she misses out because of your approval. Maybe he's there just waiting on the right one, helping mama out instead of paying into another spot. The problem comes once she starts dating and nothing changes." Hmm.
Hmm.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, she said, "I disagree."
Oh, okay.
I disagree. That's what she said. Varsherie said, "Vint and BJ, what about a married couple living with the parent?" I
Yeah,
think
I mean, I think that's cool, man. If they're married, because that you know, But I think at some point, man, that man is gonna want to be. I mean, because you're not the king. If you're living with
Yeah,
that
exactly.
parent, you're not the king of your castle, man. You're just not, and that's the American dream.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to be the king of the. Everybody wants to be able to do what they want, how they want in their house. And if you're living with a parent, unfortunately, married or not, you can't do that.
can't do that. Can't do that. I is it weird that I would prefer you to not let your married kids live with you, or not let them, but just um kind of frown upon that more than like if they were in their boyfriend and girlfriend.
I don't think it matters. I don't. It doesn't. I don't think it matters, man. I mean, because at
I
the
think it's
end
the
of
same
the
thing.
day, yeah, you want your space. That space is awesome, man. When you're finally able to do how you want to do it, what you want to do, when you want to do it in your spot, man. And I think a lot of times parents have to push like the mama bird does. If you push the damn chick out the damn nest, and they either fly or
Right,
uh, whatever. But and
right.
man, most of the time they fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think some kids, some young adults, man, just need a little push, and they'll be okay.
All right. Let's see. Stampede said I wasn't able to stabilize financially until I was almost 30. I was always hardworking and respectful, but my money was funny through most of my 20s. Thankfully, my wife wasn't turned off by that. Stampede, see, thank you, Stampede. Not everybody understands that, you can't just always just get it in, and be straight by 25. I mean,
Right.
sometimes there's things that you got to do that take a little longer and you
Take a
got a
little
different
longer.
path.
We're gonna read down the Toyota and then we're gonna shut it out, BJ.
All right, let's do that. Farron said, if I really need or want something, I'm saving for it. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's fair. That's fair. I'm sure your parents appreciate that too. The lovely said, right, spouses, not girlfriends and boyfriends. Those are outsiders. Okay,
Mhm.
so the spouse is family. All right. BJ, there's no way in hell you and your girlfriend can lay up in my. Well, I'm glad we're not at your house.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ah, oh man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Vicky said, yes, disrespectful. Who the hell marries a man and has to live with the parents? Now that's disrespectful. Oh,
Yeah, that's trifling, man.
oh, we got some unique views. I love it.
Yeah.
Toyota said, yes, married couples living with parents, that is those generations. Again, we are the only ones that really have a hard time with that. And again, why? I don't know.
I
It's a
mean, me
territory.
personally, man, I like my space. And if you got more people in the house, then you don't typically you always bumping into somebody.
Yeah, yeah,
You always bumping into somebody. So I think, in my opinion, Toyota just depends on the person. I like my space. I like quiet. If the kid, I mean, the young adults are living there and they married, 9 times out of 10 they got kids. So now you got the kids running around, you know, making a lot of noise, and you know what I mean. It's just, I think there's a time and a place for that, and I'm just giving out. I'm just saying because I really don't know, but I'm just saying what a lot
right.
of it could be because that's her second time asking why.
Yeah. And like you said, Vince, I mean, they're running around the house bumping into each other, running around the house wondering why the last person that was through here didn't clean this or do this.
Hmm.
No,
You got
just
the you got the daughter and the mom bumping heads
yeah,
about whatever, and you sitting down, you listening to that, and
that's regular,
that's
right?
regular. You got the mom, getting on to the son about making sure you had them have her pick up for them kids, and I mean, it's just a lot, but
Whoa,
it can
oh,
turn into a major soap opera, man.
okay. So this is another story for another podcast. But what about your grown child living with you with their wife and their kids?
Most of the time, that's what it's gonna be. They're gonna have a kid or two.
And
Yeah.
dad too.
Yeah, I mean they kids though, so they doing kid stuff, and Yeah, they're gonna be all over, the grandparents, in which the grandparents love, but
Right. Right.
for the most part, the grandparents get tired. They're getting older. Their patience are shorter. You
Yep.
know, yeah. So I
All
think
right.
that's a lot of it, man.
Man, we had a good long show, great talks.
We did, man.
I
We
love that
did.
everybody was interacting like that tonight.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome because we just came in on freestyle.
Yeah.
BJ was asleep. I'm just getting off,
Sleep.
and,
It was.
and we
That was
just
it.
came in on freestyle. So, I mean, we really appreciate y'all throwing it out here. And we rock. Y'all rocked it for sure, for sure. So, yeah, don't forget to like and share the show. You know, all that good stuff. And we gonna keep plugging. And BJ, if
Yep.
there's nothing else, that congregation say
All right.
amen.